Time to play the game. Time to play the game!
Hi there and welcome to another Time to Play. This is episode 6 of Galatica. And we're joined here today with some of the other guys we're going to be flying with today. That's the people in green that you can see on the screen right now. And that's Maverick, Metal Gear, Borean, XL. So welcome to Time to Play. And I do believe you're from the Deaf and Beyond wing. So welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, what's on the script today then? What we up to? What's going on here?
First, we're starting with an op roll. Silence has built an outpost here in Munich. And we're going to kill it.
Okay, so what we're doing, we're going to stick close together and attack the missiles, I presume?
Alright.
With smaller craft, zero gravity, our carrier and myself, we focused on heavy hitting the larger targets, just lines, platforms, the carriers, if there are any.
My target is a carrier?
Affirmative. Switching targets.
And I, Metal Gear, shoot down the missiles that are hitting our big targets.
Sweet. Yes, as you see,
pretty quick.
as you can see, we're heading into the battle now. Don't know exactly how I'm going to handle this, but this is going to be cool. Right now, when I'm talking right now, the guys can't hear me because I'm not on
Hit the
pressing
Z
the button
key
for
to
TeamSpeak.
shoot down missiles.
But it's pretty cool, this.
Also, some strikes we might call out. That's a perfect target of opportunity for an escort pilot.
Okay, I'm just locking on missiles on target now. Okay, so as you see, the guys are putting up a good fight. One of them's got wiped out there, but he'll be back.
He's been debuffed with a flat trap.
I'm going to try and take out this one. So this is quite crazy.
Gone.
Yeah. JJ44 is closest to myself.
As you can tell, I'm still talking while they're talking about
Left.
TeamSpeak.
Guns hot.
This is harder than I thought it was going to be to actually get the commentary going while the guys are talking as well.
Take a
But
second and heal.
this is what we're doing. When I talk to them, I press the button, they can hear me, you see.
W.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Okay, just lock it on target now. Bring in the missiles. Try and get him close.
He's gonna take
that
me
is
out.
so good.
I will be back shortly.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
This
a
is
little bit of
freaking
focus
awesome.
fire.
This is pretty much better with the other guys here with us, I
friend
think.
of ours.
Even though they can't hear me right now, but it's just so much better, I think.
Been around the game a few years.
We're going to do some
I've trained a
actual
few
interview
people
later
to
on
bring
with
to
the
the game.
guys. But this is
Person
how
just
a
killed me
battle
as well.
sounds. This is the way people hear the battle.
And I just killed him.
Talking about the fair play.
Just try to find one of you guys in grey RCs now. I just got a wee bit far away from you guys there.
Posters that we're trying to flank below us are down.
I hated the way it stops like when you hit something, pushes you backwards, it takes ages. It takes ages to actually come into the battle, but
Coming back to Luis Barco.
I'm going to try and back these guys up by taking out some of the missiles. They're doing pretty well just now. So how do you feel the battle's going, guys? Do you think this is going to be a winner?
It could be. As long as we stick together.
I think maybe the object though to win these games is not push, push, push.
Sometimes it's push, push, push. Some of us were gonna farm their DEOs out and then push.
Right.
Yeah, there's gonna be people who we can't correspond to, and it doesn't work. They'll want to farm and we want to kill, so you have to actually do what they want to do for a second, and then they'll push.
I see. Yeah, it's probably better if it was like one big massive alliance with all the wings than if it was just one big wing.
Agreed, but everyone who's tried that has been turned down with such disdain that most people are a little reluctant to sign up. You know, they've been burned by infighting or other.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy there because, after all, it is actually a game. It's meant to be fun. Why do people, do you think, take it so seriously?
People like to win. This is a very competitive game. And most of the Cylons I met have a mouth on them. Like a real big mouth. And nobody enjoys being talked down to like that.
I don't mind. You can talk to me any way you want, guys. All good ratings here.
I don't know, they get personal sometimes, and then you're just like, alright, that's enough. You're going down the hard way.
Yeah, well, like I say, I don't really play games as in all the time. I'm mainly doing this for the views and stuff, yeah. And so that's why I don't bother if I die. I don't give a crap, yeah.
Yep. Making a suicide round carrier.
Hillbilly or another one?
Hillbilly.
Roger. Just a little out of range.
Yeah, we're gonna get this op, man.
I'm gonna help burn down the second plat real quick. That
I'm
way
gonna
the
burn
fleet
down
can
the op.
move in. Relics is back. Maverick's target.
Okay, I'm trying to get you guys on the camera now. There we go.
Got engineer for relics. Nice.
Okay, as you see, we're really putting the heart on the Cylons right now. It's really starting to get personal there with them. Yeah, I think the heart is actually starting to come on the Cylons now. I think they're really feeling that there's a lot of people in this game. I mean, this is really cool.
Yeah. It's nice when you get some good population going and you get a good fleet battle.
But I don't think they would probably be liking it right now. Do you think maybe they'll bring in the big ship, the Battlestar, and screw everything up?
Yes.
They have a tendency to do so, but I don't think the base star will make it in time for this particular fight. Maybe for the next one at Nilfell. I assume that's where they're going.
Because that thing really is overpowered, isn't it, guys? It really is too much.
Yeah. In truth, it should be to a degree, but the way it is lately, it's sort of a game ruiner. Most people are so demoralized just by its appearance, they give up trying and don't even want to try to kill it. Imperious leader just jumped in a
Yeah, I see him.
carrier.
This makes very good viewing though. I mean, like, just to see the guys getting taken down like that is really, really, really good. I mean, I'm just smashed into everything 'cause I'm trying to talk at the same time.
Oh, it's super gratifying.
Oh yeah. When someone gets Peggy out and really tosses it, it feels really good.
So what's the best ammo to use when you're actually in a battle?
It depends upon your target.
But he has a halberd, right?
Yeah.
We should get put armor on it when we get to advanced.
Well, you're talking ammunition types. So ammunition depends upon your target.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part.
If you're on a target that's bigger than you or running a lot of armor plates, you definitely want armor-piercing rounds. So you're in what we call the halberd. That's the escort size, it's mid-size. So for carriers, lines, heavy plats, the outpost itself, armor-piercing. For ship size, the same size, you could do either escorts, You can do either total damage or accuracy rounds, and for strikes, since they have a lot of avoidance, the ability to dodge gun attacks very, very quickly, accuracy rounds are the best.
Yeah, on this one just now, I'm running accuracy rounds, and I'm also running 4 shorties and 2 missiles. It's a power drain, yeah. It's a total power
Yes,
drain.
that's a power drain.
Yeah. Any advice on that?
Longs on the nose help a lot. They give you that nice long reach. They can chase down your target a little easier, and they help not suck your energy dry so fast. I'm mostly known as a strike pilot, which is an individual single pilot, single person craft. And as such, you only have guns on the front of your ship. And I usually run 5 shorts. They run a lot of energy damage or energy drain, but the massive damage doesn't matter for the most part.
Roger that. So the shorties are a good idea. See, I've got 2 of the missile silos on the left hand side with 1 gun at the back, and I've got 3 shorties on the right hand side. Is that about right?
Yeah.
The next target is
The missile kite is very common. Next target, no fell. I'm clear for jump. Sound off if you're clear for jump.
Metal Gear clear.
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 Clear here.
40 seconds.
So everyone, as you can see, we just totally wiped out that that Klingon, whatever you call it, OP, and these guys will be laughing right now. They're like giving it heavy digs to the Dan the man. It's actually much harder to play this way and to do a series this way. Simply because we're all talking at the same time, and I'm trying to give, like, while you are talking, I'm actually talking as well to the people that are out there, but then I've noticed I've been going quiet. So my forgiveness to anybody out there that's going, come on Dan, what are you talking about, get in there, you know. I'm awfully sorry for going quiet there, but it's just like hearing you guys what you are doing, you know. That was a fantastic display of attacking an OP anyway, that I've seen anyway, and it's good to see that they never managed to get their base ship in.
It's probably coming. We always live in the shadow of it nowadays. But when we're just flying to stuff, our usual modus operandi, if you will, is we'll talk and shoot the bull until we get into combat. When we get in combat, we usually quiet down a little bit, start to buckle down and focus on our targets, share tactical data, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Roger, I noticed there's no real any formation building within the game. It just seems to be like fly in, kill. Why don't they do like formations and stuff, like flying in formation, V formation or whatever, to cover each other's back?
It's incredibly difficult. I can speak to this from a lot of personal experience, actually. Everyone's build is different. Every ship size flies at a different speed, and so if you have someone who's a level 26 or a level 23 or 22, they haven't gotten all their skills maxed out yet. And what that does is means that they could have the same build I do, like all the same equipment on their ship, even at the same level, they still won't go at the same speed.
Roger that.
And of course, the ship sizes travel at different speeds. Of course, strikes are fastest, carriers are slowest. So it's hard to fly in a strict formation.
So really,
Can be done.
It just basically ends up like a mumble jumble, everybody doing that. But see if you're in the same wing like you guys are doing, right? Mm-hmm. Would it make sense in order to actually give people, like, saying, okay, you're going to fly this ship with these two guys on strike, you're going to fly in formation, coming round. Middle guy drops the nuke or whatever, the two guys are protecting them from missiles in the way and stuff like that. Have your flagship, major one big ship or whatever you guys have got. Do you have any sort of rank that sort of way? Yeah.
I've been working on developing that as far as overall skills in the wing. But most people fly what they want, and so it's basically we utilize what we have. Teaches you to be much more fluid rather than rigid, which sometimes is more valuable.
Okay, roger that. I just felt that maybe the game needs militarized. Yeah.
I agree. But
On the Cylon side, there are some people that try to do that, but it doesn't typically work out too well because they're kind of outnumbered in most fights, since some of them don't fight at all.
Part of the thing as a commander you have to keep in mind is this is a volunteer army, and as such people can quit if you say the wrong word. And if you use pure military tactics, you come across as a little bit of a poser at best, douche at the worst, where you're just sort of bossing everybody around. Right, cover me, I'm going in. Guys like that have been trying for years to organize the entire colonial since said, military type organization, and you have too many individual Han Solo type reps like, so you learn to organize what you've got on hand and make it work.
So it definitely can't. So the game can't really compare to games like Operation Flashpoint, things like that. I used to run with the American lot, and it was the ICM squad, and they had about 60 players. We had fixed wing, we had rotor division, and all that. It was like a real army. There was motor pool and stuff like that, and. I ran for these guys for years, and they were very strict, and they were very good. I mean, they barely ever got beat in a battle. They were always on top, and that's because of their structure. Obviously, you can't do that here because you don't have enough. You don't have enough people, or in your wing, or not enough dedicated people in the wing.
DB is actually one of the largest wings, both on our old server and the new combined server. I think we're still in the top 20 as far as size goes.
Need an invite.
Not all of us are unfortunately as active as we used to be.
Okay. Roger
Goose,
that.
can you pick up metal here?
I socketed.
Roger that.
I got you. Give me a second.
Next one is hell.
Roger. That being said, I have tried to organize some of our rookies into sort of a more squad-based organized attack squad. It does take a little bit of time and development, but so for me that's always in the pipe coming down the works.
Roger that. Yeah, I think maybe you guys have definitely got what it takes to. Well, you obviously built up a really good squad. You're one of the biggest. You've already admitted to that. And all you guys out there that are watching this on YouTube, if you're coming into this game, you're coming to Galactica, then look up the Death and Beyond squad. They seem to be a very good set together bunch of guys and are working on implementing a lot better things in the future. So, yeah, my hat's off to you guys.
Thank you. I've been training rookies for almost 3 years now.
Yes, I used to love my old commander in Operation Flashpoint. His name was Pandy. If he's listening, you'll be like, I know that guy, yeah. But he was such a fucking crazy leader. He was funny as anything. I used to do his voice pretty well. Being Scottish, man, I used to put on an American accent, and it sounded just like Pandy. So what would happen was we're going into battle, and Pandy would be all like, okay guys, what we're going to do here is we're going to move up to the rear and we're going to turn around. Nobody's to move or shoot until I fucking give the command. Do you hear me? So you can tell what did Dan the man do. All wings move in, motherfuckers, right now. They all started running and Pandy's like, I ain't seen shit.
See, yeah. Our wing was formed with a much more loose structure. We do enforce officer ranks, but for the most part, it's volunteer army. Show up and do what you want, fly what you want. We just ask that when the commander calls the shots, you buckle down and follow line.
Roger that, I hear you.
Sorry, Dan.
That's some size of bloody ship you've got there. What is that? Is that, you said that's a carrier?
Yeah, that's a carrier.
Now that is one big ship. I mean, that is lovely looking as well, though. Looks so good.
Well, the way they spawn us in is kind of crappy.
Yeah. Sometimes you get it where it's really a beautiful squad. I mean, you'll have. We've had some times where we're all in like a strike squad. We call it a wolf pack, and you'll be stacked, all seven. Just one on top of the other, and it's just a beautiful formation. Just right, you jump in as a squad, and you can just fly off. It seems that doesn't work quite so well when you have a mixed squad. They'll put a carrier right next to a line, and they're almost, the way they load, they're already touching, and so they have to work their way separate, and then that locks you both up for 20-30 seconds.
I have to restart.
Roger.
Right, gotcha.
Very.
So what we do is we just flying in here and just taking out some of this stuff here?
Say again, I'm sorry?
Is it just a case of flying in here, attacking what they're attacking right now?
Correct.
Or
My target.
Yeah, it's a naked outpost, as we sometimes call it. There's no defensive positions or fortifications in place, no PvP to defend.
no fun, you mean?
Depends upon your style. If you're just here for the merits, like most rookies need, hey, merits are merits.
Will definitely help you get
Yeah.
your merits.
Yeah.
Well, I'm opening fire now. I don't think I'll be doing much damage, but I guess every little helps. Oh, that was some
Son of
Side-
Scar? Oh,
that
sorry.
was some hit I got there.
And now I'm going backwards.
Okay, while we're flying about like this, I've been asking you guys questions and stuff about the game. But what's your absolute dislikes about the game? I mean, you're almost hated fear, like any bugs or something you really hate.
We could talk about this all night. It depends upon what we want to address. Well, one of them we've already spoken about is the spawn points. When you're coming in as a squad, the formation needs to be a little bit more separate for the larger craft. Some of the bigger things these days, we've already touched also on the base star. We haven't seen it yet, but it's got a range of 5,500. No other craft in the game other than the Pegasus has that kind of range. It does surreal damage. No other ship can touch it, DPS wise. I have seen it kill no less than 6 carriers in 5 minutes, personally.
Yeah, I noticed myself when we were playing the game that it was firing so many rockets. I mean, it was just like a stream of rockets. They were almost joining.
Yes. And they have an immense amount of hit points. They seem to be armored and have high avoidance as well, which is sort of unfair because it's like, okay, if you run accuracy to penetrate the avoidance, you do very little damage. And if you run armor piercing, you miss more than you hit. Goose Save Argos, my target, would like an invite to our squad.
Yeah, what I noticed as well was I set up one of the ships, like this ship I've got just now. I was going in and taking out its missiles, and I kept on shooting the missiles. I was hitting a lot of them. I obviously can't hit them all, but when I was shooting them, something happened. It was like I started getting damaged off it, but it wasn't shooting at me. Is that some sort of area attack, or what is that?
Which ship specifically again?
It was the base star was in the area and it was firing like crazy, and I was shooting its missiles. Now what happened was I started taking damage for no apparent reason, and it just
Well, there are 4 classes of ships. So the strikes and escorts are the smaller 2. Then you have lines and capital class. The capital class includes carriers and the Pegasus base star. Capital classes have guns, missiles, flak, and point defense, aka PD. Flak and point defense just auto fire, and if you're within their range of fire, you're gonna take damage. If you're not watching your combat log, it's almost like it came out of nowhere.
oh, roger that. Actually, it was an area attack. It was some sort of point defense. That must have had a hell of a range on it then.
Yes, it does. We call it super flak or super PD. The base star itself has a range that's, I want to say 2,000 to 3,000 for just that stuff. It's meant to tear up strikes and missiles on the way in.
Like 3,500 for the max range on the base star PD.
There you go.
Bloody hell, that is pretty good. That is really good. I think maybe what they should do then is, what they should do is take away the option of actually having that ship, but actually make it fight AI-wise once a week against the Pegasus. You know what I mean? So the Pegasus and the Death Star or something should maybe be AI, and it's once a week they meet up, and everybody else can go and the whole colonial side can go and help it. Do you think that would help with the game, so they could still have it, but not anybody could abuse it?
No, it's usually meant. Lately in the game, it's been abused, but before that, on our old server, it was sort of a celebratory thing. Like if somebody hit the max level 5, they take the Pegasus out for a celebratory run. I've got one coming up that I'm due because I've upgraded all the ships and don't need merits anymore, which is what you use to rent the Pegasus. So I want to get our group together, and I'm waiting for them, our senior officers to be here. So that's one reason people use it. But the other thing is we've had a nerf of a certain controversial craft, the stealth, if you've heard of it. And it's been completely refunded for all people who own one. Now, it took 110,000 merits to go from 0 to advanced, and it has a special mode which also requires merits to upgrade. To go from 0 to max level was 110,000 merits. That's all been refunded. So what that means is basically you have hundreds of pilots on the Cylon side and on the Colonial side that can rent the Pegasus or the base star 11 times over. And
That is incredible. So people do like flying it because it's so good. But so there's no. Is it the same? Is the Pegasus the same power as the Battlestar, or is the Battlestar just used? Would you say is just too much? How can they make it better?
they were relatively equally balanced before, but the developers decided to buff them both. They still have the same hit points, but they changed the builds on both. So they made the Pegasus gun heavy and the base star missile heavy. So I think it's like 8 and 4 for both. It's just one's 8 missiles, 4 guns, and one's 8 guns, 4 missiles. I don't think the missiles and the guns have the same actual range, and that is a problem. The missiles fire before the guns, which means that until the base star gets inside the missile range of the base star, which is basically impossible, the base star will have a DPS advantage because it fires first.
Roger that. I got you on that one. Well, it's been an actual incredible night, and I'm glad I came in and got you, and you guys took me along on one of your flights. But I think we're out of time just now, so this will be the end of the episode. Any last thoughts before I do the closing?
Great flying with you, Dan. You're welcome with us anytime.
Okay, guys. Okay, as normal, hit the like button, and remember, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all next time on Time to Play. See you later.
That's all, folks.